Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me Mehtab Amanwala and I'm a student at Hanan School and Academy. So welcome to my show Inspiring Minds where I will try to inspire you, and as you know that on daily basis we will do interviews, and when we will do interviews, so we have a very special guest in our studio, and today I have a very special guest in my studio, and she is called Annie. Today we are going to take an interview from call Annie on the new topic, and the topic of our interview is that how to ask for a favor politely. So let's start this interview with meet and greet session with call Annie. So hello Annie, how are you today, and kindly introduce yourself.
Wa alaikum assalam Nima. I'm doing great, thanks for having me on your show. I'm Annie, a creative soul with a passion for art and engineering. I love yoga, video games, and dancing to some upbeat music. I'm excited to chat about how to ask for a favor politely, such an important skill. So, what's your first question?
Okay, so yeah, first of all, explain. We are going to talk about some general polite request and this how to ask a favor for a favor politely in this topic. So let's start some general polite request questions. So first of all, explain me that. Could you help me with something if you are available?
Of course, when you say, could you help me with something if you are available? It shows respect for the other person's time. It's polite because you're not demanding anything. You're asking if they can assist you when they have the chance. It opens the door for them to say yes or no without feeling pressured. How do you feel about making requests like that?
Yeah, I feel good. And now explain me that. Would you mind assisting me with this task?
That's another great one. Saying, would you mind assisting me with this task? Is super polite. It's a gentle way to ask for help, and it shows you value the other person's input. Plus, it gives them the option to decline without feeling awkward. Do you find it easy to ask for help, or does it sometimes feel challenging?
It feels challenging sometimes. And now explain me that. Do you think you could ask spare a moment to help me?
I totally get that. Asking for help can be tough. Now, do you think you could spare a moment to help me? Is a nice way to approach someone. It's friendly and acknowledges that they might be busy. It's like saying, I appreciate your time, and I'd love your help if you can. Have you ever used that phrase before?
No, I can't use, but I learned from this session, so I can use next time if I want. And yeah, let's do another question from you. So now explain me that. Could I ask for your guidance on this matter?
That's awesome. I'm glad you're finding it helpful. Now, saying, could I ask for your guidance on this method? Is a respectful way to seek advice. It shows you value the person's expertise and are open to learning from them. It's less about asking for a favor and more about appreciating their knowledge. Do you often seek guidance from others when you're learning something new?
Yeah, I learned very new things from the people from which, for example, if I'm learning something new, so if I have people around them who also like learning that work that I am learning right now, so if we take help from them, so they will also learn, and we will also learn and help each other to do this. So yeah, and now explain me that. Would it be possible for you to help me out?
That's such a great perspective. Learning together really makes the process more enriching. Now, would it be possible for you to help me out? Is a polite and straightforward way to ask for assistance. It shows you're hopeful, but also respectful of their ability to say no. It's a nice balance. Comfortable asking for help in the future. You're welcome. If you have any more questions or topics to discuss, feel
Okay,
free to
so now
ask.
explain me that.
I'm here
Can
to
I
help.
rely on you for a little support?
Sure, saying, can I rely on you for a little spot, is a casual way to ask if someone can help you out. It implies you're looking for a bit of support or assistance, and it sounds friendly. It's like saying, I trust you to lend a hand. Do you think this phrase fits well in your conversations?
Uh, yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Is it okay if I ask for your help with something?
Absolutely. Is it okay if I ask for your help with something? Is a very polite way to approach someone. It shows you're considerate of their feelings and gives them the chance to say yes or no. It's respectful and friendly. Do you think this would make it easier for you to ask for help?
Yeah, it would be. Wait. Yeah, it would be maybe easier. And now explain me that. Would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Great. Would you be willing to lend me a hand? Is another friendly and polite way to ask for help. It's warm and inviting, making it clear you appreciate their support. Plus, it sounds a bit more personal, which can make the other person feel valued. Do you think you'd use this one in your conversations?
Yeah, I choose if I want. And now explain me that. Could you kindly do me a favor?
That's a classic. Could you kindly do me a favor? Is a polite and straightforward request. It emphasizes kindness, which makes it feel warm and respectful. It's a great way to ask for something without sounding demanding. Do you think this would resonate well with people you ask?
It's very residents. And now explain me that. I hope it's not too much to ask, but could you help?
That's a lovely phrase. I hope it's not too much to ask, but could you help? Is a gentle way to request assistance. It shows humility and consideration for the other person's time and energy. It's like saying you understand they might be busy, which makes it feel respectful. Do you think this approach would make someone more
Yeah,
likely to
maybe.
help
And
you?
now explain me that. Could you review? We are going to talk on this same topic, but with I'm going to ask some professional contact question related to this topic. So now explain me that. Could you review this document for me, please?
Absolutely. Pat, could you review this document for me, please? Is a clear and direct request. It's polite because you're asking for help while also specifying what you need. Adding please makes it even more courteous. It shows you value their opinion and expertise. Do you think being specific like this helps in getting better responses?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Would you mind proofreading this report before I submit it?
Sure. Would you mind proofreading this report before I submitted? Is a polite way to ask for help with reviewing something important. It shows that you respect the other person's time and expertise. It's also a bit more formal, which is great for professional settings. Do you feel comfortable asking for feedback like this?
Maybe, but I can't say this in my life right now. But if I say so, maybe I will be hesitate for the first time. But after that, if I have another request, so maybe I will do it because if we do first work in the start, so we will hesitate, no doubt. But yeah, maybe I will also hesitate in the my first try. But after that, if I am working on it continuously, so I will be perfect in this maybe. So yeah, now explain me that. Could you attend this meeting in my place?
I totally understand. It's normal to feel hesitant at first, but practice makes perfect. Now, could you attend this meeting in my place? Is a straightforward way to ask someone to step in for you. It's respectful and shows you trust the other person to represent you well. It's a great way to delegate tasks. Do you think you'd feel more confident asking for help after a few tries?
And you will have to explain me my answers for 1 minute, please, because if you can give me answers in briefly from, so I will understand this interview session like more. I will learn from. I will learn more from you, and you will learn from my answers too. So you will have to explain my questions in the answers for 1 minute, please. Okay. So now explain me that. Would you be able to cover my shift tomorrow?
Sure, would you be able to cover my shift tomorrow? Is a polite and direct way to ask someone to take your place at work. It shows you're relying on them and appreciate their help. It's clear and respectful, making it easier for them to respond. If they can't, they'll feel comfortable saying no. How does that sound for your interview?
It's good, maybe, and now explain me that. Could I borrow some of your time for advice?
Great. Could I borrow some of your time for advice? Is a respectful way to ask someone to share their insights. It's friendly and acknowledges that their time is valuable. This phrasing makes it clear you're seeking their expertise, which can encourage them to help. How do you feel about using this in your conversations?
I feel good, and now explain me that. Do you think you could introduce me to someone in your network?
That's a fantastic question. Do you think you could introduce me to someone in your network? Is a polite way to ask for a connection. It shows you value their relationships and are looking to expand your own. It's direct yet respectful. making it easier for them to consider your request. Do you think networking like this could help you in your professional journey?
Yeah, maybe it's help. And now explain me that. Would you be able to recommend me this for project?
Sure. Would you be able to recommend me for this project? Is a polite way to ask someone to support your application or involvement in a project. It shows you respect their opinion and trust their judgment. It's clear and direct, making it easy for them to respond. Do you think asking for recommendations like this could open up new opportunities for you?
Yeah, maybe it opens opportunities and new opportunities for us to learn and grow. And now explain me that. Could you share your thoughts on this idea?
Absolutely. Could you share your thoughts on this idea? Is a great way to invite feedback. It shows you value the other person's opinion and are open to discussion. It encourages collaboration and can lead to deeper insights. Plus, it's a friendly and respectful way to engage someone in conversation. Do you think this could spark interesting discussions in your projects?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Is there any chance you could help me with this deadline?
Sure. Is there any chance you could help me with this deadline? Is a polite way to ask for assistance with a time sensitive task. It acknowledges that you're aware of their time and commitments, making it respectful. The phrase any chance softens the request, which can make the other person feel more comfortable saying yes or no. Do you think this approach would make it easier for you to ask for help when you're feeling pressed for time?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Would it be possible for you to mentor me?
That's a wonderful question. Would it be possible for you to mentor me? Is a respectful and straightforward way to ask someone for guidance. It shows you value their experience and are eager to learn. Mentorship can be incredibly beneficial for personal and professional growth. Do you think having a mentor could help you navigate your journey more effectively?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Could you babysit for me this weekend?
Sure, could you babysit for me this weekend? Is a clear and direct way to ask someone to look after your kids. It's friendly and straightforward, making it easy for them to understand what you need. Plus, it shows you trust them with an important responsibility. Do you think this kind of request would be comfortable for you to make?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Would you mind giving me a ride to the airport?
I think you meant, would you mind giving me a ride to the event? If so, that's a polite way to ask someone for a lift. It shows you're considering feelings and time, making it respectful. It's straightforward and friendly. All right. In Inker nu heat me translates to in one time now, call me. It sounds like you might be asking someone to address you or refer to you in a certain way.
Okay, so now explain me that. Can I borrow your car for a few hours?
It's a bit unclear, though. Could you clarify what you mean? I'd love to help. Of course, can I borrow your car for a few hours? Is a direct and polite way to ask someone if you can use their vehicle. It shows you respect their property and are asking for permission. This kind of request is straightforward, making it easy for the other person to respond. Do you think this is a request you'd feel comfortable
Yeah,
making?
maybe. And now explain me that. Would you be able to feed my pets while I am away?
That's a great question. Would you be able to feed my pets while I am away? Is a clear and polite way to ask someone to take care of your furry friends. It shows you trust them with your pet's well-being. Plus, it's straightforward, making it easy for them to say yes or no. Do you think asking for help with pets is something you do often?
Explain me that. Could you lend me some money for a short time?
Got it. Could you lend me some money for a short time? Is a direct way to ask for financial help. It's polite and shows you're aware it's a favor. This kind of request can be a bit tricky, but being clear about the time frame helps. Do you think this is something you'd feel
Yeah,
comfortable
maybe. And now
asking a friend?
explain me that. Would you mind letting me stay at your place for a night?
Sure, would you mind letting me stay at your place for a night? Is a polite and friendly way to ask for a favor. It shows you respect their space and are asking for permission. This kind of request is clear and open, which can make it easier for them to respond positively. Do you think asking to stay over is something you do when you need a place to crash?
Okay, so now explain me that. Can I ask you to pick up my groceries?
Absolutely. Can I ask you to pick up my groceries? Is a straightforward way to request help with shopping. It's polite and shows you're asking for a favor. This kind of question makes it clear what you need, which can encourage a positive response. Do you think asking friends for help with errands like this is something you'd feel comfortable doing?
Okay, so now explain me that. Would you be willing to run a errands for me?
Sure, would you be willing to run an errand for me? Is a polite way to ask someone for help with a task. It shows that you respect their time and are asking for a favor. This phrasing is friendly and encourages a positive response. Do you think this approach makes it easier to ask for help when you need it?
Okay, so now explain me that. Can you watch over my house while I am on vacation?
Absolutely. Can you watch over my house while I am on vacation? Is a clear and respectful way to ask someone to take care of your home. It shows you trust them with your space and belongings. This kind of request is straightforward, making it easy for them to understand what you need. Do you feel comfortable asking friends to help out like this when you travel?
Okay, so now explain me that. Would you be okay with helping me plan a party?
Sure. Would you be okay with helping me plan a party? Is a friendly way to ask for assistance with organizing an event. It shows you value their input and want to collaborate. This phrasing is polite and inviting, making it easier for them to say yes. Do you think planning a party together could be a fun way to spend time with friends?
Okay, so now explain me that. Can you grab that for me?
Of course. Can you grab that for me? Is a casual and friendly way to ask someone to pick something up for you. It's direct and easy to understand, making it a simple request. This kind of phrasing feels relaxed, which can encourage a positive response. Do you think this kind of casual request fits well in your everyday conversations?
Okay, so now explain me that. Would you mind holding the door open?
Sure. Would you mind holding the door open? Is a polite way to ask someone to assist you by keeping the door open. It shows you appreciate their help and are being considerate of their effort. This phrasing is friendly and respectful, making it easy for them to say yes. Do you think asking for small favors like this makes interactions more pleasant?
Okay, so now explain me that. Can I borrow your charger for a minute?
Absolutely. Can I borrow your charger for a minute? Is a straightforward way to ask someone for a quick favor. It's clear and polite, making it easy for them to understand what you need. This kind of request is calming and often leads to a positive response. Do you think asking to borrow things like chargers is a regular part of your daily interactions?
Okay, so now explain me that. Would you be able to explain me this to me?
Sure. Would you be able to explain this to me? Is a polite way to ask someone for clarification or more information. It shows you value their knowledge and are open to learning. This phrasing is respectful and encourages a helpful response. Do you think asking for explanations like this helps you understand things better?
Yeah, maybe, and now explain me that. Can you show me how to use this app?
Absolutely. Can you show me how to use this app? Is a friendly and direct way to ask for help with a new application. It shows you're eager to learn and value their expertise. This kind of request is clear and likely to encourage a positive response. Do you think asking for help with tech stuff makes it easier to get comfortable with new tools?
Yeah, maybe, and now explain me that. Would you mind walking with me through this recipe?
Of course. Would you mind walking with me through this recipe? Is a polite way to ask someone to guide you while cooking. It shows you appreciate their help and want to learn from them. This phrasing is friendly and encourages collaboration, making it easier for them to say yes. Do you think cooking together could be a fun way to bond and learn something new?
Yeah, cooking is very good thing when you do work together. So you will learn from each other. You will do a little bit fun also, and yeah, teamwork makes you best. And now explain me that. Can I ask you for a small favor?
Absolutely. Can I ask you for a small favor? Is a polite way to request help with something minor. It shows you're considerate of their time and effort. This phrasing is friendly and opens the door for them to help you without feeling pressured. Do you think asking for small favors helps strengthen friendships?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Do you think you could keep an eye on my stuff?
Sure. Do you think you could keep an eye on my stuff? Is a casual way to ask someone to watch over your belongings. It's friendly and shows you trust them with your things. This kind of request feels relaxed, making it easy for them to agree. Do you think asking friends to help watch your things is a common thing for you?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Could you pass me that book over there?
Of course. Could you pass me that book over there? Is a polite and straightforward way to ask someone to hand you something. It's clear and easy to understand, making it a simple request. This kind of phrasing feels casual and friendly, which can encourage a positive response. Do you think asking for help like this makes interactions smoother?
Yes, maybe. And now explain me that. Would you mind saving me a seat?
Absolutely. Would you mind saving me a seat? Is a polite way to ask someone to hold a spot for you, usually in a crowded place. It shows you appreciate their help and want to be near them. This kind of request is friendly and considerate, making it easier for them to say yes. Do you think saving seats is a common thing among friends?
Okay, so now explain me that. Could you kindly provide me with the necessary details?
Sure. Could you kindly provide me with the necessary details? Is a polite and formal way to ask someone for specific information. It shows you respect their knowledge and are seeking clarity. This phrasing is courteous and encourages a helpful response. Do you think asking for details like this helps keep communication clear and effective?
Yeah, maybe. And now explain me that. Would you be able to assist me with this form?
Absolutely. Would you be able to assist me with this form? Is a polite way to ask someone for help filling out a document. It shows you value their assistance and are seeking support. This kind of request is clear and respectful, making it easier for them to agree. Do you think asking for help with forms is a common situation for you?
Yeah, maybe. And in the last, we just have 30 seconds. So, can you wrap up this topic and give me a give me a summary of this topic that what we will discuss in today's topic in 30 seconds.
Sure. We've talked about how to ask for help in various situations, from borrowing items to seeking assistance with tasks. Each phrase we discussed is polite and clear, making it easier to communicate your needs. Asking for favors can strengthen friendships and create a sense of teamwork. Overall, being direct yet respectful helps build positive interactions. How does that sound?
It sounds great, and thank you so very much, Carl, Annie, for explaining me this topic very well. I really enjoyed to talk with you. Thank you so much for being with me. And thanks to the audience who are watching this interview and who watched this interview after this live session. So thank you so very much, everyone, for watching this interview. And inshallah, we will meet in the next episode of Inspiring Minds with another guest. Take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.